Hey, so today we are going through the car dealership in Gran Turismo Sport. So first we're going to start off in North America. In North America we have Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Infiniti, Chaparral, Fittipaldi, Shelby, Plymouth, Tesla, and Pontiac. First we're going to go into Ford. Ford is obviously one of my favorite companies when it comes to cars, between Ford and Tesla. Now, what we have here is the Ford Focus ST. Basically, it has 250 horsepower and 269 feet-pound of torque. Next, we've got what I have in real life. I have a 2016, this is a 2015, and it has 434 horsepower with 399.9 feet-pound of torque, so 400 feet-pound of torque. It's a great car to drive in real life, and the shifting points seem really close in real life as they do in this game. So that actually surprises me a lot. Next, we have the 1971 Mach 1. Has 302 horsepower, 370 feet-pound of torque. Next is a car that I almost bought in real life. This is a 2011 Ford F-150 Raptor. 411 horsepower and 434 foot-pound of torque. It's a beast. It's a lot of fun to drive in this game. Next is a Ford GT, which is a car I would never be able to afford in real life, but this has 550 horsepower and 500 feet-pound of torque. It's a massively fast car. I've driven it in this game, but I don't own it in this game. Next is the GR4 Mustang GT. This one's got 395 horsepower, 370 foot-pound-feet of torque. Shifting points do seem very similar to the real-life car as well as the other GT, but obviously this one is much faster. Now this is another car that I obviously will never be able to afford in real life. This is the brand new Ford GT. Has 590 horsepower of 533 feet-pound of torque. It's a beast of a car, a lot of fun to drive. Next is the GR3 Mustang GT. They have tons of different Mustang GTs. It is a true racing car. This one starts with 549 horsepower and 420 feet-pound of torque. It's a great car. And look at this, another Mustang, but this one is a rally Mustang. I have one in this game. It's a gold one. It's fantastic. 549 horsepower, 420 feet-pound of torque, and this is my go-to rally car in this game. This one's a Ford Focus GRB class, and basically it's a rally car. It's a lot of fun. I don't prefer it for rally. As I mentioned earlier, just 2 seconds ago, I prefer the Mustang over it, but it's 538 horsepower, 427 feet-pound of torque. Now we've got the 2017 GT. Again, massively fast car, a lot of fun. $550,000 in the game, and it's 646 horsepower, 549 feet-pound of torque. It's a great car. This is the GT40. This is a great car as well as the Mark 1. This is not great handling, I can tell you that, for the amount of money that it is in this game, but 350 horsepower, not a fast car, not really a car that you'd probably use in a race, but a fun car that you would probably drive when you're just messing around. And then this car that I will probably never buy in this game, would be interesting to drive it, however, and I might someday purchase it in this game and test drive it for you guys, but 500 horsepower, 407 feet-pound of torque, Ford Mark IV. I'm not into the Russian numerals, but I'm going to take a guess that's like 5, 6, 7, something like that. And it's a true race car. I would hope and want that to be souped up into 1,000 horsepower range, but it doesn't. Next is Chevrolet. Let's check out what they've got. They've got the Camaro SS, stock, regular car, 450 horsepower, 450 feet-pound of torque. I guess you could have some fun with it, but like I mentioned, I do prefer Mustangs over Camaros, but comment below on what you prefer. Next is a 69 Corvette. This would be fun and interesting to drive someday. 289 horsepower, and yeah, 50,000. There's other cars that are faster in the same level, so just keep that in mind. Here's a C7 2014 Corvette. Again, regular stock car, nothing racy about it. 450 horsepower, 460 feet-pound of torque. It's a great car. I don't mind it. And this is a Chevrolet Camaro ZL or ZL1LT, or sorry, E. It's a 2018 car. Goon Squad rebuilt one of these, so 650 horsepower, 640 feet-pound of torque. Might review it in a video in the future. 1969 Camaro. Same car that I used in another video from Project Cars 2, trying to burn the tires off the car. It's basically all it's really good for, in my opinion. And it's got 289 horsepower, 290 feet-pound of torque. Next is a C2 1963 Stingray Sport Coupe, I almost said Camaro, Corvette. 359 horsepower, 352 feet-pound of torque. Nothing special, but as it goes for older cars, this is probably the one to pick if you are looking to race older vintage cars in GT Sport. Now this is a G4 C7 Corvette. This is now getting into the race lines. This has got 400 horsepower, not a car that I would pick when it comes to the GR4s. For the GR3s, I would pick the Corvette over many other cars. It starts with 550 horsepower, so you can get it up there in power and everything, but I still prefer the Mustang for handling in this game. Corvette Stingray Racer. This is a concept car, so you'll be racing this one in concept races, and when it comes to concept races, I'm going to tell you right now, this car is the slowest, so don't buy it unless you just want to have some fun seeing what it's like. So next is Dodge, and here we have the Hellcat Charger. This is a car that I would love to own someday in real life. And 700 horsepower and 600 feet-pound of torque, you cannot deny that this is a ridiculously fast car. Next is a 1970 Challenger RT. This car has 425 horsepower, 489 feet-pound of torque. So this car, you can get it off the line quickly, but versus other vintage cars, it's got some strong power to it. However, you have to keep in mind that this car is not going to be handling super well on the track. This is more of a oval track car. Same as the 1970 Super B. Fantastic car. Interesting to drive, but again, you'll be looking at using that on just like an oval track. Now we're getting into the Dodges that I would love to own. Dodge Vipers. This is the GTS 2002, 450 horsepower, 490 torque. Great car. This is the SRT. This is one that I have saved as a search on Auto Trader on my computer. Maybe one day I'll see somebody who doesn't sell it for what it's worth, and I'll just pick it up and drive it for a couple of weeks and flip it. But 508 horsepower, 534 feet-pound of torque, 2006 SRT10 Viper. I wish they still made these cars. Then we got a GTS Viper 2013. Again, they got tons of Vipers in this game. This has got 640 horsepower, 600 feet-pound of torque. I think they go overboard with how many Vipers they put in this game and Mustangs, but I will take it. I like both of those cars, and it's probably why they have an absolute ridiculous amount of them. Next is a GR4 Viper. I own the car in the game, and 420 horsepower, 400 feet-pound of torque. Not super quick for what it is, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's the car to drive in the GR4 range between that and the Mustang, in my opinion. Now the crazy car. This one is insane. I love, this is my go-to GT3R type of car. This is the one. This is a really great car to race on a track. It's 678 horsepower. This thing goes up against all of those Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and this has, in my opinion, a heck of a lot better handling. but that is my own opinion, and everyone has their own special opinions when it comes to these cars. And this one's got 678 horsepower, 640 feet-pound of torque, and it is a true race car. So what does that mean? Super quick off the line, great handling, and just a lot of fun to drive. Now, something about Dodge is they do have the Vision car lineup, and I do own, these cars. At least the top of the line one. I saved up in this game. I saved up the $1 million in this game to buy this car. This car is ridiculous. The Dodge SRT Tomahawk, they've got a few of them. They're different levels. You can get them in GR1 and GRX. If you're going to get a GRX, just go out and get the big boy. And it's got 2,586 horsepower with 900 feet-pound of torque. Yes, you heard that right. This car is stupidly fast. You can get up to 300 kilometers an hour in literally 2 seconds. It is stupid fast. The handling is ridiculous. Just when you go around a corner and you hit a bump, you're gonna lose your stuff. But if you can not hit a bump, you'll be fine. Now, Infiniti, which I don't classify as a North America brand, but apparently it is. They do have a Vision car. $1 million for a car that has 500 horsepower. I decline to ever get this car unless I win it in some way, shape, or form. Looks kind of cool though. So Chaparral is a Vision type car. Yeah, it looks kind of cool, but 900 horsepower when you're spending $1 million in the game for a GRX, I'm not gonna lie, just go buy the Dodge. Fittipaldi is also a Vision type car company. Again, when you're talking about GRX cars, you just might as well just go get the Dodge. You're spending $1 million anyways. Why get 600 horsepower when you can get 2,600 horsepower? Just to me, it doesn't make sense and seems like a waste unless you just win it somehow. Now we're getting into the Shelbys, and what we have here are 3 different Shelbys. We have a GT350 from 1965. Would love to get this thing in real life, but 300 horsepower, so it's not a killer car in this game. This is more of just a fun car to drive. Same with pretty much any of the Shelbys in this game. It's just more or less just to see what it's like to drive the car, especially if you have a Logitech G29 or G920. Actually, 920 is for Xbox. My bad. G29. You can go get that in the link in the description below, but yeah, lots of fun to drive. And next is a Cobra Daytona Coupe from 1964. This car has 384 horsepower, and to buy it in the game, it is $15 million. So personally, leave it alone unless you win it. So now we've got Plymouth. They only have one car in this game. It's a 1960 Gaia Roadster. Again, not a, like, I wouldn't go out and buy any of these classic cars other than that Corvette if you're looking to win races. But if you're looking to have fun, the Mustang GT350 and this car would be quite interesting to drive. We're gonna skip over to Pontiac because we're gonna do Tesla last. Pontiac, they have one car in this game. It's a 1978 Firebird Trans Am. If you want to relive your childhood's hero with the kit, the car, this probably drives very similar, I would assume. However, it's got 200 horsepower, so yeah, it's not a race winner. It's a fun car. And then going over to my second favorite car company, Tesla. They have one car in the game. It's the Model S. Obviously, it probably has stupid, insanity, crazy, end-of-life mode, whatever they want to call it. Elon Musk is the best, and this car has 422 horsepower, 442 feet-pound of torque. In real life, this would be a killer car to drive, just tons of fun. But I would like to see them do maybe the Tesla Roadster 2020 car, but they have not put that in this game, and I'm going to put a video together about that car very soon, just to say, hey, like, GT7, please add it in. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe. That is North America. We're going to be going through the other nations as well. And I'll see you guys next time in one of our videos.